What do you think about when you hear the words good Christian woman? Let's talk about that for a minute. I know when I hear those words, I think of a woman who is kind and giving and always there to lend a helping hand, always willing to listen whenever you need someone to talk to, really has a servant's heart, right? For over 15 years, I tried to be that woman that I thought I should be. And I, for the most part, was pretty successful at it. But about twice a year, I would blow up because I just was getting so frustrated and burnt out and feeling so depleted because I felt like all I was doing was giving to everybody else, but yet not filling up my own cup, so to speak. I would get mad that there was nobody there to tell me to take a break or to relax or to help me out, so I thought. And then I would feel guilty for feeling so frustrated about serving my family and serving my community. And I'd feel guilty for not being able to serve other people with a smile on my face. And I'd feel bad because I couldn't advocate for myself because I didn't understand at that time what boundaries were all about and how important they are. And so I would just blow up and get really frustrated and wouldn't talk to anybody for a couple of days. But then same pattern would repeat itself. I would be like that for a while, and then it would blow over. Everybody would appease me. It would blow over, and in a few days I'd be back to my old self and ready to go on the way things always were. Nothing would ever change. And then the cycle would repeat itself maybe 6 months later. About 12 years ago, I wrote a book called A Plan for Joy in the Home, and it was for homeschooling moms, and it was a book that kind of laid out how to schedule your day and organize your day so that things went more smoothly. We talked about how to have a prayer routine and how to set up meal planning and chore charts for your family and things like that. But what I found was it didn't help everybody who bought it, and I didn't understand why. At that time, I thought all you needed was a good schedule and a little bit more prayer, and you could conquer anything. And while to a certain extent that's true, it took me going about a year ago to participating in a small group coaching program to understand that it's not always about the externals like the schedules and the routines, but it's about the internals, the internal work that you need to do. And once I figured that out, it changed everything. I realized that I needed to do a lot of internal work to stop the cycle of depletion that I have been going through year after year after year. And that required me to work on 4 main steps. Going through the masterclass really helped me to do that. First was to accept my worth, that I am worthy and it's unconditional. It's not dependent on anything else around me. I needed to realize that dreaming was something that I was born to do and that every season has a dream. I had forgotten how to dream. And dreaming allows you to focus on something greater than yourself. So, like I mentioned in my last video on comparison and competition, when you're pursuing a dream, you're not worried about what other people are doing. You're focused. And you're focused on that thing that's bigger than you are. And then I needed to take a look at who I was, the woman that I was created to be. And I needed to design my self-image to become that woman. And then finally, I needed to look at all the areas of my life and integrate them so that one area wasn't thriving and other areas were being completely ignored. And once I put that plan together and I looked at all those areas and I did the deep work, my life changed completely. And now I feel like I can give from a place of abundance. And that cycle of depletion, because of the awareness I have now, I can notice it when it's happening, and I have a plan to stop it in its tracks and take care of myself. Because sometimes we need to say no so that we can take care of ourselves, so that we can then start up again and give from a place of abundance. And that's not a bad thing. And I used to feel bad for wanting to do that. I always wanted somebody to tell me that I should do it. so that I didn't have to be the one to feel guilty about thinking that that's what I should do. I'm in the process of writing a new book right now. It's called When Good Isn't Good Enough, Helping Christian Women Break the Cycle of Depletion. And for your action step this week, I'd love for you to download the book and read the first 2 chapters, just as a little preview of what's to come. Because I feel it's like as a Christian society, we're missing the important part of that great commandment when God says, love others as you love yourself. So we've got the love other part down, right? But we a lot of times miss that as you love yourself part. Because really God wants us to be able to give and serve and contribute to others around us from a place of abundance and overflow and joy and freedom, and not from frustration and depletion and resentment. That's not the way it's supposed to be. And sometimes, if you're like me, you feel guilty for thinking, well, what's wrong with me? Why am I feeling this way? Why can't I do this better? And that's what this book will help you to understand, why it's so important to do this internal work so that you can give from this place of abundance. For your script this week, I want you to say over and over, I am living a life of wholeness and abundance. And then that will help you to seek that out. Your brain will just start to recognize areas that are whole and that are abundance, and you'll start to think about how you can get more of that. So if you'd like to end the cycle of depletion in your life, I would love to walk that journey with you. I'll leave my contact information as well as my Instagram information down below. And before you go, I hope you'll like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you again next week. God bless.